you're still looking for a resolution or a new way to grow deeper in your faith, then tomorrow begins something that you do not want to miss. EWTN is proud to partner with Exodus 90 and Bishop Erik Varden of Trondheim, Norway, to present Desert Fathers in a Year. Not only is it a way to learn more about the saintly group, but it is also an opportunity to learn how they can affect your life today. And joining us now is His Excellency Erik Varden, Bishop of Trondheim, Norway, and host of the series. Your Excellency, thank you so much for joining us today. As we know, the Catholic Church has such a long history and plenty of saints to choose from. So why choose the Desert Fathers?
Well, the Desert Fathers have been fundamental for me in my journey, my vocational journey as a monk, but also really as a Christian. I discovered them when I was about 18, 19, I think. I picked up a collection of the sayings of the Fathers from a bookshop, and I was intrigued by the extreme realism and conciseness and humanity and high aspiration of these texts. And I found they touched so many aspects of life that were genuine concerns and questions of mine. So I was fascinated by their relevance, by their closeness. And the more I've lived with them, and I have lived with them now for over 30 years, the closer they've become. So I'm delighted to have this chance to share this very, very rich and engaging patrimony with others.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It seems that there's a growing interest in Stoicism and machismo with young men. Why do you think that is? And how do the Desert Fathers, how do they counter that?
Well, I mean, everyone's wanting to be affirmed in their own identity. And, you know, when we look at the world we live in now, forging an identity for oneself is an immense proposition. It's actually very, very complicated because there is so little to hold on to, and everything, or so much is so fluid. So I'm not at all surprised that people go for the option of being self-made to quite a large extent. And if we go for a self-made trajectory, we like to have clear and pretty self-evident parameters to steer by. The Desert Fathers offer a way forward which is much more complex and but also much more true to life. And they invite us not so much to construct ourselves, but to let ourselves be constructed by the Lord through His church. And they give us a pedagogy for Christian living and for Christian formation that has been tried and tested for, you know, a millennium and a half, and has been shown to work again and again. And I think it has a lot to say to our times. And I think they can offer, if you like, an alternative itinerary and a more productive and a more joyful one.
And let's talk about the podcast itself and the program. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, the whole idea came about after I was contacted by the team behind the app Exodus 90 about 18 months ago, I think. And they invited me, or they asked me if I would like to contribute to the accompaniment of that program in 2025. I was open to that because I've seen the good work that Exodus 90 does. And so we talked about this in a number of conversations at the time, and I asked these fellows what they thought of the possibility of structuring something on the Desert Fathers. That met with enthusiasm. And so together we've worked out this program, which has also over time become a joint enterprise with EWTN, which is another joyful aspect of this this whole adventure, which we're launching now at the beginning of January. And we'll hope it be for a blessing.
Well, this is so wonderful, and we thank you so much for coming on and sharing all of this with us. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Thank you for having me.